Good morning. I've come out here to the Millennium Arch. It's a commemoration, a memorial to the people, the men and women and children that died during the 1914-1918 war. And I'm talking about this morning because for the people that lived that time, it was a horrible time to be alive. Millions upon millions of people died, as you know, and God knows how many hundreds of thousands were permanently disabled and injured, and their lives were completely changed after that war ended. But it did end, just like World War II ended. It was a temporary situation, you know. At the time, people didn't know that. At the time, people thought the war could go on forever, you know, and they had to struggle and strive and sacrifice and survive, and it was horrendous. We've all been through difficult situations, but our situations are temporary. What I want to do now is I want to show you something. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but there is somebody asleep. You see that shopping trolley? That's a little tent. There's somebody sleeping in a tent. Yeah, right now on the middle of this boardwalk in the pissing rain. It is freezing cold out here, and the reason why I'm showing you this is to illustrate that no matter what your situation, okay, our situations are temporary, and there's always someone in a worse situation than we're in right now. And we need to understand that and appreciate that, because sometimes, you know, we can get so immersed in our own shit that it's like, oh my God, I'm living the worst situation, nobody's had this worse than me. And we can fall into this pool of self-pity. But if you can recognize, if you can take a moment to accept that, first of all, it's not the first time that whatever happens to you has happened. Somebody else has gone through that and is going through that now, okay? But there is always somebody else that's going through tougher times. And there have always, I'll try that again, there have always been tougher times on this planet, in this world, in our lifetimes, in previous lifetimes. There's been a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of stuff that has happened and maybe will happen, but whatever situation you're in right now is temporary, okay? And I can't stress this enough. It might be a day, it might be a year, it might be 5 years, but that is still temporary. And what I'm trying to get you to think about is that you can see the end of this situation, especially if you're big enough and strong enough to accept that you're in a situation that you've got a challenge and that you need to do something about it. Because once you can do that, once you can accept that you're in a situation and it needs to be rectified, it needs to be resolved, then you're one step ahead of the game. You're one step ahead of getting out of that situation. You are in a place where you can survive, you can thrive, you can move forward. But if you don't want to accept that you're in a situation, if you still want to lie to yourself and make like life is wonderful, life is perfect, that he only hits me because he loves me, or she only throws things at me because she's emotional, yeah, then you're lying to yourself. If your business isn't thriving, if you're not doing everything you need to do to keep your business alive and moving forward and growing, then you're lying to yourself, okay? We do this all the time. I've done this, you know. We pretend, we bullshit ourselves that the situation is great. Like right now, I could pretend that, you know, it's warm and sunny. Now that would be quite a stunt to pull off, pretending it's warm and sunny. It's bloody cold and it's miserable. I mean, look at the sky. France is over there somewhere. Okay, in some places you can see it really, really clearly. But I mean, you can't even see bugger all. It is grey and wet and horrible this morning. Even the rain is cold. But I just wanted to come out to use this as a metaphor for our situations, that yes, it's raining, yes, it's cold, but guess what? At some stage it will stop raining. At some stage the temperature will change, it will get warmer again. That might not be till March, April or May next year, but it will still get warm again. The sun will come out and people will be sunbathing on the beach down there, okay, as they were doing this summer. But if I woke up this morning and decided that oh my God, it's raining again, it's never going to be nice weather, that's it, that's the end of my life, then yeah, guess what? It will be, because that's all we'll see. All we will see is the grey sky, all we'll feel is the rain, all we'll feel is the cold. And even feeling those things, you know, you're still bloody alive. If you can feel the cold, if you can get cold, if you can get rained on, guess what? You're still here. You still have a fighting chance. You can still turn shit around. So don't get mired in your current situation. It's temporary. There is a way out, providing that A, you accept you're in a situation, and that B, you actually take steps to change things, because if you don't, then nothing changes. Like, you know, if I don't shave, my hair grows and a beard grows, same for most blokes, okay? If I want to shave, I need to, you know, get a razor, get the shaving foam, and I get the beautiful, well, not so beautiful, but I get smooth skin. And that means I have to take action. I have to do something to get rid of the hair and keep it off. I have to shave every day. I have to take action. So, but I made a choice. I'm not shaving. I quite like this beard. I just shave a bit and the neck. That's my action. What are your actions? What steps do you need to take? Okay? What things do you need to do to improve your situation? Do you need to admit that you're in a difficult place? Do you need to open those letters that you've been dreading opening? Do you need to have that conversation? Do you need to make that call? Do you need to admit that the thing you're doing right now isn't working? And that's tough. I know it's tough. I know it's bloody hard to admit that what you're doing isn't working. And that takes balls, you know. It really does. But once you do it, it frees you up. It actually gives you a sense of relief to go, yeah, you know what, Paul? It's not working, is it? I need to do something different. I really need to step out of this and approach it from a different way, to do something different, to put some gloves on to keep my hands warm, whatever it is. And if you do that, if you take that simple step, you'll feel better. Okay, the situation won't change instantaneously, but up here it will have changed, because you're starting to look at it already from a different perspective, from a different viewpoint. Taking action, even the mere fact that you've made a decision to take action, will make you feel better, will make your life better, will make your situation completely different, because too many of us hide from reality. Too many of us want to put on the rose-tinted spectacles of life and pretend that, you know, shit is better. Ooh, if I turn around now, the sky has cleared a little bit. Just shows you the situation is temporary. So just put my big bag down and I'll turn around. Now, there in the distance is France. If you can see that on the horizon, I can see it, but I'm not sure whether the camera's picking it up that well. But the sky has cleared a little bit over France, and is actually, let me just turn this around. There you go. Now you can see a bright patch of sky there, and you see France in the distance. So the situation has already changed. The weather 30 miles away has changed, and if the wind is blowing this way, the rain may stop. So like I was saying, you know, every situation is temporary. And I don't know how many times I've got to say this, but I'm going to keep saying it until you understand that if you're going through tough times, I'm sorry, okay? I don't enjoy the fact that people are going through shit. But if you start accepting that you're going through tough times, you're already making a good move. And then you can start thinking about what actions you need to take. Like my glasses are getting steamed up and I can hardly see where I'm going. So I take the glasses off and clean them up and improve the situation. Another silly metaphor, but I think you're getting the idea now. Look at your life, find out what isn't working, and then take steps to put it right. I'd love to be able to do it for you. but I can't. I can help you, I can point you in the right direction, I can talk to you, I can give you tips and suggestions and ideas, but when it comes down to it, there's only one person can make the change that needs to be made, and that's you and me. Okay, my life, my situations, me to deal with. Your life, your situations, you have to deal with it. Feel sorry for yourself? Yeah, but does that change anything? Nah. I guess I am the kind of coach that isn't going to give you all softly, woo woo, talk to the universe and everything will be better. Nah, talk to the universe, do your vision boards, and all that kind of stuff, yeah? But when it comes down to it, you've got to roll your sleeves up and do something about the situation. You know, tough love. If you're overweight, if you're a stone or 2 stone or 5 stone or 10 stone over your ideal body weight, you're putting a strain on your heart and all your other internal organs, and that means if you want to change the situation, you've got to, you know, you've got to eat less, you've got to move more, you've got to breathe right. If your business is in the toilet, okay, you have to make a decision. Do I need to do more work? Do I need to bin it and start again? Do I need to get paid some help and advice? You have to do something about it. You know, I keep talking about the knight in shining armour. Have a look around. You know, I'm going to turn the camera around again. Can you see one? Can you see a knight in shining armour? Can you see Superman or Batman or Wonder Woman? Can you see aliens? I'll go up to the sky. Can you see any aliens? You know, can you see any angels? Can you see any kind of, you know, mystical, magical? Can you see unicorns? Yeah, I cannot see a unicorn for miles. Yeah, because I don't think unicorns exist. They don't exist. There ain't none of these mystical things. So you can pray to them. You can, you know, ask for their help. If it helps you to get your arse in gear, then great. But please don't believe that unicorns are real. That the man in the shining armour or the lady, you know, what was her name, Joan of Arc, is going to come with her army to help you. King Arthur, there's a legend that King Arthur will rise when England really needs his help. Okay? Well, we've been through 2 bloody world wars and lots of difficult situations, and King Arthur ain't showed his face. So things have to get a shitload worse if he's going to show up. Personally, I don't think he is going to show up, because it's a beautiful myth and a legend. But when it comes down to it, guess who has to show up? You know, when the shit hits the fan, to use another brilliant metaphor. I've got to show up and you've got to show up, because we are the only people that can help ourselves. Yeah, so stop looking for unicorns. Yeah, going on a unicorn hunt is fruitless unless you're going to go online, and there's lots of unicorns online, but they ain't real. So to cut a long story short, our situation, your situation, is temporary. Yeah, just like the weather is temporary. There are people in worse off situations than you. I showed you the guy that's asleep in a tent on the grass in this horrible weather, and there are more people sleeping rough, okay? So recognize that there's always somebody in a worse off situation than you're in right now. And there always will be, there always has been. Yes, there are people in better situations than both of us right now, but that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, and I sympathise with the people that are in the worst situations. But our jobs is, first of all, to improve our own situations. And then secondly, when we've got ourselves sorted out, we can then help other people improve their situations. Yeah? So with that in mind, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Any questions, drop me a line in the comments or send me a PM. And I think you're amazing. Carry on doing, get on with it, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.